This is News 3 Now at 5.
And thanks for staying with us. There is an alert day in the forecast. We could see some thunderstorms this evening, which could possibly result in some hail.
Let's get a look at your first warn forecast. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canolti is on the weather patio. Gary?
Well, Susan, we're watching some thunderstorms across southeastern Minnesota, but nothing's imminent right now. It's actually pretty mild out here. Let's start out by taking a look at the alert day that is in the forecast. The main threats are going to be hail, perhaps up to the size of quarters, and maybe some brief heavy downpours along with lightning. But as we take a look at the severe weather outlook, the highest severe weather threat is north of Madison. Storm Prediction Center has a slight risk of severe thunderstorms there with a marginal risk elsewhere. But you can see right now, most of the thunderstorm activity is moving from southeastern Minnesota into west central Wisconsin. We'll have to see how much of that starts to build toward the south. Right now, nothing is imminent across south central Wisconsin. However, if we take a look at winds, they're mainly out of the south and southwest, but we're seeing a wind shift to the northeast of Madison, and that's starting to drop temperatures there. So while Madison's at 73 and Janesville's at 84, notice Milwaukee only at 49 as some of that cooler lake air starts to move inland. And that could provide a boundary to develop some more thunderstorms at some point this evening. So look for some thunderstorms to develop. Again, there's a possibility there could be some hail or maybe some brief heavy downpours with them. Temperatures will drop off into the upper 40s by tomorrow morning. Tomorrow will be a cooler day with just a slight chance for a shower. High temperature at 63. We could use the rain. I'll tell you how much we can expect in just a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. The Biden administration, along with health officials, are unveiling new mask guidelines today, especially for people who are fully vaccinated. Starting today, fully vaccinated people can now take off masks while exercising outdoors, attending small outdoor gatherings with a mixture of people who are vaccinated or unvaccinated, and dining at outdoor restaurants with friends from multiple households.
We know that the virus spreads very well indoors. Until more people are vaccinated, and while we still have more than 50,000 cases a day, mask use indoors will provide extra protection.
The change comes as more than half of U.S. adults have gotten at least one dose of a vaccine. More than a third have been fully vaccinated. The CDC says there are 7 states now: Alabama, Alaska, Georgia, Louisiana, Mississippi, West Virginia, and Wyoming now administering less than 70% of doses delivered. Most states, including Wisconsin, are still above 85%.
Following that new guidance, the city of Madison is planning for the safe return of some summer traditions, including Ride the Drive. The annual event set for Sunday, June 6th, is back on this year after a year off, although it won't shut down John Nolan Drive as usual. Even with relaxed outdoor mask guidelines, Ann Shea from Madison City Parks isn't comfortable with coordinating large crowds.
You know, it's not like a typical event where we're like, oh, we hope we get 10,000 people. No, we don't. We hope it's successful and people enjoy themselves.
So this year, Ride the Drive will happen at 4 different Madison parks. We'll explain more about how the event will work and why local health experts are applauding its return, coming up tonight on News 3 Now at 6.
After a 15-day pause, the Johnson & Johnson vaccine will start being administered to South Central Wisconsinites this week. Public Health Madison-Dane County officials say the vaccine will be available at the Alliant Energy Center tomorrow. Over a dozen people have reported a rare blood clot condition with the 1-dose vaccine. Because the vaccine is that single dose, those who get it will be fully vaccinated 2 weeks after getting that first shot. And while Dane County health officials will restart the J&J vaccine tomorrow, Wisconsin Department of Health Services hasn't given it the green light just yet, but Governor Evers expects that to change shortly.
So we anticipate that Johnson & Johnson will be used and distributed as regular in a very few number of days.
Governor Evers says they're making sure healthcare providers can properly treat people who may get those blood clots.
The 7-day average for positive cases in Wisconsin is increasing, along with deaths in the state caused by COVID complications. This comes as nearly 23,000 residents received a vaccine in the past 24 hours. DHS information shows nearly 32%, or over 1.8 million Wisconsinites, have completed their vaccine series, and over 2.4 million residents have received at least one shot. In Dane County, nearly 42% of residents are fully vaccinated, as over 316,000 people, or nearly 58%, have received at least one shot.
Calls are out to not only get your vaccine, but to reconsider if you said no the first time. That's the focus of vaccinators at the VA hospital in Madison. Gabriella Becerra is there tonight. She shares the trends that we're seeing among our veterans. Gabby?
Well, Eric, first demand outpaced supply, and now it's close to being the other way around, and the VA hospital is no exception to that. 35,000. That's a lot of shots in the arms of the men and women who served, many who fought for our country.
We have about 16,500 veterans that have been vaccinated so far.
But now, just like other vaccinators, Madison's VA hospital is fighting vaccine hesitancy.
Concerns about either the safety of the vaccine or side effects from the vaccine, or some who feel like I've already had COVID and I don't need to get the vaccine.
Assistant Director Abe Rabinowitz says the hospital's next step is aggressive outreach and education.
Give people facts about the importance of vaccination, about the safety of vaccines, and really doing everything we can to encourage them to make an informed decision.
The hospital is reaching out directly to unvaccinated veterans, offering a one-on-one conversation about their choice.
Address any concerns that they have, and to talk to them about the safety protocols that have been put in place, both to vet the vaccines, but also the results that we've seen so far with vaccination and the efficacy of the vaccine.
Rabinowitz says they'll keep fighting the good fight as long as it takes, protecting those who stepped up to protect us.
Our goal is to maximize vaccination. We're not going to stop. We're going to continue to offer vaccinations until everybody has had, multiple opportunities to consider it and to make the choice.
Veteran spouses and caregivers can also come here to the VA hospital to get their vaccine. All they have to do is sign up online. That's va.gov.
Gabby, thank you. If you're on the fence about getting the COVID vaccine, data shows that being vaccinated is far better than not. Here are the latest numbers from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. With no COVID vaccination, 1 in 10 people became infected with COVID, and 1 in 56 of those infected in the United States died from the virus. With full vaccination, only 1 in 10,000 people were infected with COVID, and 1 in 1 million died from the virus. Health officials say you should not be hesitant about becoming vaccinated.
If you don't want to do it for yourself, do it for the person around you. Do it for somebody who isn't able to be vaccinated because of an allergy or because they're not age eligible at this point, maybe have a chronic medical condition.
And if you're looking to receive a vaccine, you will not need to sign up for an appointment at the Alliant Energy Center. You can just show up now. Public Health Madison-Dane County says several lanes at the Alliant Center are now designated for drop-ins. The site is open until 7 o'clock tonight.
And for Milwaukee Bucks fans attending a game this weekend, they can watch the game and also get a vaccine. The Milwaukee Health Department offering the Pfizer vaccine to all people attending Sunday's game against the Eastern Conference leading Brooklyn Nets. Any fans ages 16 and up can get the vaccine, and fans will receive the vaccine before the game. Tip-off scheduled for 2:30 Sunday afternoon.
The small white card that you get after your first COVID shot isn't a souvenir. It is a very important document.
So what should you do with it? Our Amanda Quintana has the answer. Amanda?
Yes, an expert I spoke to today says treat this like it's your social security card or your ID. You don't want any of these details posted on social media, and you need to keep it somewhere safe. Now, in the future, you might have to show it a little more often. Right now, some stadiums are asking fans to show it before being allowed inside. Some states want to see it when you arrive at their airports, but we're not seeing restaurants or hotels ask to see it, at least not right now.
I don't think you need to keep it with you, but it's not a bad idea to take a photograph of it and maybe just keep it on your smartphone. And that way, in case you ever did need to, show someone that vaccination record, you can.
Ajay Sethi, an infectious disease epidemiologist, says in an ideal world, the WHO would come out with a way for travelers to provide proof of vaccination. He thinks business owners are waiting to see what happens nationally and around the globe before creating their own system of asking to see customers proof of vaccine. We've also seen some companies offer lamination of your card for free, and at 6 o'clock, I'll tell you why you should not do that, and I'll also tell you what you should do if you end up losing your card.
We will see you at 6. Thanks, Amanda. Madison school district officials are hoping that next school year will be more normal.
We would hope that we will be able to return in person fully in the fall, and so we're all prayerful that we'll be able to do that come September. But in the meantime, we will continue to follow the signs and plan with safety in the forefront.
For the first time this school year, Madison School District 7th and 8th graders returned to the classroom with 2 days of in-person class and 2 days of virtual classes. At Madison High Schools, 10th and 11th graders were also back in school today with 2 in-person days and 2 virtual days.
New information tonight. One of the 2 men accused of killing a Madison doctor and her husband has signed a plea agreement. 19-year-old Elijah LaRue is charged with 2 counts of first-degree intentional homicide, party to a crime in the deaths of Dr. Beth Potter and her husband, Robin Carre, in March of 2020. LaRue is accused of helping kill the parents of a friend's girlfriend after a dispute over COVID-19 restrictions. His plea hearing is set for next month. Madison police cited more than a dozen additional people for issues related to the Mifflin Street block party over the weekend. We're now at 17 people cited, up from the initial 4 reported by Madison police Saturday night. Now, some of those citations issued were for disorderly conduct and open intoxicants on public streets. Madison police say 3 complaints of property damage have been reported to the department. They're still investigating those complaints.
Wisconsin's Attorney General wants to put a spotlight on clergy sexual abuse, and he wants as many people involved as possible.
Today, Josh Call announced an investigation into the issue across Wisconsin's 5 Catholic dioceses. Brady Mallory joins us with what it means. Brady?
Well, Call says clergy sexual abuse survivors and their allies have long demanded this type of investigation. He says the Wisconsin DOJ will lead an independent statewide inquiry into clergy and faith leader abuse. The goal, he says, is to provide survivors and their families with a safe and trusted place to report to a trained victim services specialist.
Our review will consist of 2 principal parts. First, we will be requesting and reviewing documents produced by dioceses and religious orders. Secondly, we are asking anybody with knowledge of clergy and faith leader abuse, including the institutional response to that abuse, to contact us.
The Catholic Diocese of Madison is responding. A spokesperson says the Diocese of Madison will review Call's request once it receives it, and it takes the issue of sexual abuse of minors very seriously. Call says if you have any information, no detail is too small. There's a toll-free number you can call to report any type of this abuse. That number is 1-877-222-2620. And there's also a website, supportsurvivors.widoj.gov.
Brady, thank you. A newly signed bill will make it easier for Wisconsin first responders suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder to file workers' compensation claims.
Now, Act 29, folks. Here we go. A lot of work was done.
Governor Evers signed a bipartisan bill this morning at a Madison fire station. Right now, police and firefighters must show they're suffering more emotional strain and stress than the day-to-day tensions they normally feel to claim compensation. But under this new bill, responders diagnosed with PTSD by a psychiatrist or a psychologist need only show they're suffering by a preponderance of the evidence.
This isn't about me. I'm just a mouthpiece, having experienced it. This is about leaving the fire service and law enforcement better for the people today of tomorrow. Doing something right that will make it better and easier for them to do their jobs.
The bill guarantees up to 32 weeks of compensation and allows responders to make only 3 such claims in their lifetime.
More to come on News 3 Now at 5 up next. Another investigation has opened up into the shooting death of a black man by deputies in North Carolina. And coming up tonight at 6, it has been a year since Overture Center hosted an event. I'll tell you about its blood drive. That's tonight at 6. And the markets on this Tuesday, the Dow up marginally, adding 3 points. The Nasdaq falls 48.5. The S&P lost about a point. We'll be right back.
Tonight on CBS, it's a night of suspense, beginning with NCIS, followed by FBI and FBI Most Wanted. Then get a complete wrap-up of the day's news on News 3 Now at 10.
Wild Easttown Honda is Wisconsin's Dealer of the Year. Save with 0% financing for up to 60 months on over 400 new Hondas at Wild Easttown Honda in Madison. It's gotta be wild.
Erectile dysfunction for men of all ages has become much more common. In fact, most men don't realize that 90% of erectile dysfunction is a direct result of broken down old blood vessels. This causes a lack of blood flow that is critical when achieving an erection. With our state-of-the-art technology, we're able to stimulate new stem cell growth right in our office with no pills, no needles, no surgery, and no pain.
To book your consultation and get back to natural functionability, call Peak Performance for Men today.
When it comes to your financial health, just a few small steps can make a real difference.
Learn, save, and spend with guidance from Chase. Confidence feels good. Chase, make more of what's yours.
The light at the end of the tunnel isn't shining so brightly for everyone. Families continue to fight for survival. Some jobs are gone forever. Bills pile up. But please know, you have not been forgotten. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
At Wild Easttown Honda, lease a new Civic for $189. That's $189 and absolutely zero due-it signing. Save on over 400 new Hondas at Wild Easttown Honda in Madison. It's gotta be wild.
Tonight at 6, you got the shot. Now what to do with that COVID-19 vaccine card. And you don't need an appointment anymore to get vaccinated at the Alliant Energy Center. We'll take a look at the new drop-in lane. That's tonight. News 3 Now at 6.
When it comes to weather, only one thing really matters: accuracy.
Only one station can be the best.
News 3 Now. First Warn Weather has the most accurate forecast, according to Weather Rate.
Count on First Warn Weather for your most accurate forecast.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
The FBI has launched a civil rights probe into the death of a black man killed by deputies in North Carolina. Lawyers for the family of Andrew Brown Jr. say results of an independent autopsy show he was shot 5 times, 4 times in the arm, once in the back of the head. Sheriff's deputies in North Carolina were serving Brown with a warrant on felony drug charges last week. They shot him as he tried to drive away. Yesterday, his family viewed a small amount of body camera footage. They say it shows Brown had his hands on the steering wheel at the time.
Yesterday, I said he was executed. This autopsy report showed me that was correct. Those 3 gunshots to the arm, that wasn't enough?
The Pasquotank County Sheriff's Department says officials have filed a motion to release the footage, which needs a judge's authorization. That hearing will happen tomorrow.
After a $30,000 donation from the Greater Milwaukee Foundation Board, the plan to create a statue in honor of Vel Phillips could be moving forward. Phillips was the first black woman to graduate from the UW-Madison Law School, the state's first black judge, and the first person of color ever elected to statewide office. An online fundraiser established by the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County raised more than $300,000 for the memorial. A post on the campaign page says if the state of Wisconsin does not approve the proposal for the statue, the Boys and Girls Club will use the money to set up an endowment fund in Phillips' name to help children across the state.
Let's get a look at your first warn weather. A warm one out there, and things, well, we're keeping an eye on storm activity. Here's Gary.
Yeah, and that's because we have a pretty good temperature contrast starting to shape up across southern Wisconsin. Notice temperatures in the far southern part of the state are in the lower 80s. Monroe 82, Janesville 84. But take a look what's happening near Lake Michigan. Milwaukee's dropped to 49, Sheboygan at 50, even Waukesha at 54. So a 30-degree temperature contrast just across about a county's width. So that's an area that we're watching where they could see some stronger thunderstorm developments later on. And then there's a stationary front just to our north. You can see the winds in the northern parts of our viewing area out of the northeast, but the winds out of the south and southwest, and and that front probably right around from Prairie du Chien to Richland Center, just south of the Dells, and then, of course, curving around right between Janesville, Waukesha, and Milwaukee. High-resolution radar, you can even see, this is not precipitation, but that's actually just some of the moisture and other things that are in the air being detected by the Doppler radar, showing where that wind shift line is starting to take place. Farther to the north, you can see showers and thunderstorms, but they're north of the front. That's why the potential is there for an isolated strong to severe thunderstorm, but because of the fact that this is in the cooler air, the main threat is going to be hail. The Storm Prediction Center does have a slight risk of severe thunderstorms near and just north of the front in case more storms start to develop along that front later on this evening. High winds, not really much of a threat. It's mainly going to be hail up to about the size of quarters, lightning, and some brief heavy downpours. Last night, there was actually some hail reported from thunderstorms that moved through southern Minnesota into areas north of La Crosse. And then this morning, some thunderstorms produced hail north of Green Bay. Again, that's back in the cooler air. We could use the rain. Precipitation potential still looking to be kind of sparse. Even through Thursday, we're looking at about 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch of rain generally across southern Wisconsin. Of course, areas that get a heavier thunderstorm will see some higher amounts. But you can see even by the thunderstorms that were out there already, they're pretty spotty in nature. Then we'll see generally dry weather for Friday, Saturday, and into Sunday. Then better chances for showers and thunderstorms arrive early next week, maybe giving us an additional 1/4 to 1/2 inch of rain, but we could use more than that. We'll take whatever we can get at this point. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Thunderstorms possible tonight. It might be an isolated strong thunderstorm with hail being the main threat. Then cooler weather arrives from tomorrow into Friday with high temperatures dropping back into the lower 60s, but mild weather will return for the weekend with high temperatures back in the 70s. Temperatures right now in the 80s to our south, 40s and 50s to our north, and right now we're right on that dividing line, so we're going to continue to watch thunderstorm chances tonight. Tomorrow, though, look for cloudy and cooler weather, just a slight chance for showers as that front drops to the south, high temperature at 63. On future track, again, the thunderstorms just north of that front, but we'll see showers, thunderstorms tonight, just a slight chance of a shower tomorrow, maybe a couple of showers later tomorrow night into the early part of the day on Thursday, and then high temperatures on Thursday in the lower 60s. Rainfall amounts, again, pretty spotty. The areas that get a heavier thunderstorm will have the higher amounts. 7 to 10 day forecast, temperatures back in the 70s for the weekend, thunderstorm chances early next week, and then a little cooler for midweek with a warm up toward the end of next week. As we check out first warn traffic, right now I'm not seeing too much in the way of problems on the Beltline, just the usual slowdowns entering the construction zone around Verona Road and a little delay on the westbound Beltline around Seminole Highway and Todd Drive. Right now, travel times either direction on the Beltline, about a 16-minute commute between University Avenue and the interstate. Heading out of Madison from the Beltline southward to Janesville will take you 25 minutes. From Middleton to Sauk City on US 12 is a 16-minute commute. Downtown to Sun Prairie on East Washington Avenue, US 151, also 16 minutes. That's your News 3 Now first warn traffic.
Gary, thank you. Ahead at 5, how a small town in southwestern Wisconsin is getting the field of its dreams. That's ahead at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
High Point Steakhouse, Southern Wisconsin's premier supper club. You can still enjoy our award-winning steak dinners with our new takeout and delivery service. We call it the High Point Steakout. Call in your order today.
Chevy is America's fastest growing full-line brand. That's why people are taking it everywhere. Taking SUVs like Trailblazer outdoors, confidently taking on new places with Equinox, and taking on more with the most capable Silverado ever. No matter what you do, there's a Chevy that's perfect to take you anywhere. Find your perfect Chevy and get a $4,400 cash allowance on all 2021 Silverado Crew Cab pickups. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
Do you have a coffee smile? Drinking coffee causes yellow teeth for thousands of people just like you, and whitening toothpaste just doesn't make those stains go away. Introducing Power Swabs, the first teeth whitening system that lifts coffee stains off your teeth in less than 5 minutes without whitening strips or trays.
I've smoked, I've drank coffee, I drink red wine. It makes my teeth darker, and using Power Swabs, it's made a difference. People ask me, what do you do to whiten your teeth? And I'm really proud to tell them that I use Power Swabs.
This didn't sting, it didn't burn, it didn't have an aftertaste. It was just a swab, and I just gotta
rubbed it on my teeth, and that was it.
The Secret is a tooth detergent and whitening agent developed by Dr. Martin Ginniker that lifts stains off of your teeth. Power Swabs remove stains on natural teeth, veneers, bonding, caps, and crowns. The best part is you just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and you'll have whiter teeth. No more sitting at home with a whitening strip or tray in your mouth for 30 minutes twice a day.
So with the strips I've used in the past, most of them are like you got to leave it on for 30 minutes and the whole experience is just not comfortable. But with Power Swabs, I just snapped it open and rubbed it on and it was good to go.
When I used these whitening strips, I noticed when I would drink, I would get this crazy sensitivity. It would go right to my brain and I'm like, I hate this. So why do I have to go through the monstrosity of this pain just because I want to whiten my teeth? With Power Swabs, there was zero sensitivity.
Within the first day with the Power Swab, I noticed there was a difference. I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. Whiten your teeth today by ordering Power Swabs and receive 40% off the regular price. Yes, 40% off the regular price. Shipping is free, plus you'll receive a free Quick Stick pen. Visit powerswabs.com or call the number on your screen.
High Point Steakhouse, Southern Wisconsin's premier supper club. You can still enjoy our award-winning steak dinners with our new takeout and delivery service. We call it the High Point Steakout. Call in your order today.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
After years of planning, a small town in southwestern Wisconsin is getting its baseball field. Jack and Donna Jenkins donated 5 acres of land to the village of Livingston in honor of Charlotte Jenkins, who passed away in 2017. But the Jenkins family needed the village's help, and the community came together big and donated over $100,000 in just 24 hours for the field. Along with that, local construction businesses and electricians donated their time and supplies to complete the project. Unfortunately, Jack was not able to see his final product. He suddenly passed away last August, but his wife Donna was able to see his dream come true as she threw the first pitch as Iowa Grant faced Fenimore. The Iowa Grant varsity baseball team played its home games on that field.
Oh, that's wonderful. Madison will soon play a unique role in shaping our nation's future. Century-old mahogany boards that have been sitting in the basement of the Forest Products Lab on campus finally found a new purpose. They originally arrived during World War I for research into airplane propellers. But now those boards are headed out of state.
Work on things that have a positive impact on people and have a positive impact on our natural resources. It's just a great feeling.
Tonight on News 3 Now at 10, our Jamie Perez will share where the boards are going and what they'll be used for.
And we'll have a final check of your first warn forecast in just a moment.
Wild Easttown Honda is Wisconsin's Dealer of the Year. Save with 0% financing for up to 60 months on over 400 new Hondas at Wild Easttown Honda in Madison. It's gotta be wild.
At Star N Bank, we think having choices is important, so you can choose the products that are right for your life. What are you waiting for? Explore the possibilities today at starnbank.com.
Add elegant lighting to your home and save 11% at Menards. We stock a great selection of outdoor lighting in store to finish your project today. Add style and security to your home with Heath Zenith motion-activated lights, providing you with peace of mind and energy savings throughout the night. Save with 11% off all Heath Zenith outdoor lights. Save on everything to update your home with 11% off everything. Now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Aw, they're making sure I still love my glasses. Of course I do. They made them so fast, I blinked and they were ready. I can't wait to see the look on everyone's faces when they taste my homemade cake.
Tube fares starting under $40, only at iMart Express.
When you're sick, so sick that your heart hurts.
And your mind races.
When you think that you might have cancer, and then they tell you,
you have cancer.
And you just want somebody to say,
it's going to be okay.
UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
Creating
Creating family memories is what Maple Leaf Landscaping is all about. We design and build outdoor spaces that bring people together. Landscaped spaces for any size family. Functional, beautiful, a place everyone will enjoy. And it all starts with a free visit at your home by one of our landscape experts. So call Maple Leaf Landscaping today and have us create an outdoor living space for your home.
I tried a laxative that's both gentle and fast.
Great tasting Dalgalac Soft Chews works naturally with the water in your body in as little as 30 minutes. Puts you comfortably in control. Dalgalac Soft Chews.
Today's the day to go farther with a partner that provides you innovative solutions for your own personal financial future. Explore the possibilities today at starandbank.com.
Wild East Town Honda, lease a new Civic for $189. That's $189 and absolutely zero due-it signing. Save on over 400 new Hondas at Wild East Town Honda in Madison. It's gotta be wild.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, can your employer mandate you get the vaccine and fire you if you don't? Tonight, your legal questions answered. That and more news on the CBS Evening News.
Let's go to Gary. Final check of the forecast.
Well, pretty mild out there right now, but you can see, if you look very closely east of Madison, you can see a little line there. That's actually a wind shift. And to the north, there are some thunderstorms north of La Crosse and cooler air. Temperatures right now, 70s from Madison on toward the south and west, some 80s down toward the Illinois state line, but 60s to our north and to our east. Look for temperatures to drop in the upper 40s. Again, a possibility for an isolated strong thunderstorm tonight. High temperature tomorrow around 63 with just a chance of showers. Temperatures will warm up for the weekend, and we'll see some more thunderstorm chances early next week.
All right, we're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. CBS Evening News coming your way next. Stay tuned.